Good morning from Panhandle Outdoors, America's only daily outdoor TV show. Your source for fishing, hunting, and information for folks who enjoy the great outdoors. Now sit back, relax. It's Panhandle Outdoors.
Good morning, folks. Welcome to Panhandle Outdoors. I'm Winston Chester. I'm glad you're here this Friday morning. First of all, I want to thank my host that covered for me, Billy the Real Deal Grantham, took care of one show. And then Bill and Greg yesterday did a great job. Both of them did a great job, but the thing with Bill and Greg, that was sort of a spur of the moment. Something happened really quick, and I had to get it covered. They didn't have much time to get ready, but they put out a good show with the amount of time they had to get ready for it. So it's really a good feeling to know when something happens or I have to take care of some things that we got this show covered, and it's not going to skip a beat when those guys come on. So thank you, Billy, Bill, and Greg for covering Panhandle Outdoors for us, and it really, I really enjoy seeing them on there. They got good information. All right, let's move on with our weather. High today 75, low 55, and our water temperature is right at 80 degrees. It jumped back out of 70, it's right at 80 at the end of the pier. And what I'm thinking about, I got to mention Jeff also. When we get the show covered, there's a challenge for him. You can imagine working with that crew, and he doesn't skip a beat. He just keeps it going. So I want to give thanks to Jeff Peck for keeping that crew straight and all. So anyway, let's look at our river readings brought to us by Mountain Dew. Take it out and do, or get out and do. Apalachicola, Brunstown, an even 10 foot this morning, and it looks like it's speaking about even. It's going to stay pretty steady tomorrow, maybe drop out a little bit Sunday. And the Choctawhatchee at Caryville, 9.1, and it's got a very slow drop to it. So both rivers are going to be a little high, but they're not going to be moving fast as far as falling out like they have been this past week. So it's going to be settling down, be a good weekend to be on the river. It's going to be you can sort of get back up in those sloughs. Our tide chart brought to us by Kent Forest Lawn. I mentioned this yesterday. Not much of a tide. You had about 5 tides yesterday. You're going to have about the same thing today. It's what we call neap tides. We don't have a really strong flow. But now going into tomorrow, you've got a good Saturday, a good incoming tide, and all next week, especially next weekend, really strong tides. A really good movement there. Okay, let's take a look at our wind. It's going to be coming out of the north, and it's saying up to about 10 miles an hour, so it's going to be pretty strong. So if you're going to do bay fishing, you might want to be on the north side of the bay today. It'll be a lot less wind hitting you. Let's take our break and we'll be right back. Okay, welcome back. The big breaking news this week has been on what's happening with the fall red snapper season, and yes, we are going to have one. Thankfully, we've really been wanting one. The FWC's come out with, here's the dates on it. Got a notice here. So the 2020 fall Gulf red snapper season for private record, okay, here it is right here, for hire, will be open the following Saturdays and Sundays, October 17th and 18th, 24th and 25th, the 31st and November 1. During this season, private recreational anglers may harvest red snapper in Gulf state and federal waters. However, state for hire operations are limited to fishing for red snapper in Gulf state waters only. So basically what that is the last three weekends of October will be red snapper, and that's a great time to go. It's going to be some fine red snapper caught, and thankfully we had room to squeeze it in because I had a feeling we're going to have one because a lot of people didn't fish because of the COVID and different things like that, didn't fish as much. So anyway, we are having it, and I certainly hope that we can get a trip in there, squeezed in there a time or two. So something to look forward to. Also, I want to congratulate C&G Sporting Goods, Ronnie Groom, and the whole staff down there. They won the award Best of Bay for the Outstanding Sporting Goods Store. And that's an honor because we have 4 or 5 different places here, and C&G just wins it. You understand why they win it because they're flat out good at what they do. So congratulations, Ronnie, and the staff down there. All right, let's catch up on some pictures. While I was out, I got some pictures of one of my former students, Tyler Henney. They went gator hunting down Appalachia. He drew a tag for Apalachicola Bay, and he and Sam Taylor got a 10.5 foot alligator out of Apalachicola Bay. This past Sunday morning, he sent me the text and pictures and all. He got it around 4 a.m. So here's Tyler right here, and that is a big gator. All right, and here is with his buddy. 10.5 foot gator coming out of Apalachicola bay, and that was the tag they had drawn. That's a big gator. It really is. Let's see, I think I got one more picture of it here, and they've also got a smaller one there too. And our gator population has to be controlled, and that's a great way to do it. If not, we'd have gators up in people's backyards all along the bay and river system. I promise you, we would. So good job, Tyler Henney. All right. Let me go ahead, and this is down the road a little bit, but we support this. For 13 years, we've supported this. The Elizabeth Bodorf Memorial Redfish Tournament, and it will be in Sunjammer. It'll be November the 7th. Usually they've got it now where we do it the first Saturday of November. So we'll be talking more about it, but I just want to go in and put it here early so you can put it on your calendar and know ahead of time what's going on. This was over at Schooners. They shot some pictures. There were 10 with temperature change and 10 manatees. This is right before the storm because the water was clear. 10 manatees sort of headed out, and they're headed for warmer water. Jenner and Drew Pollard. This is cool. Last weekend, took a little boy, they took their son, Talon, out there dove shooting. We've been wanting some dove pictures. Here's Drew Pollard. They're out in the field. That's a great picture there, and that's a great age to learn. That's just that brings back so many memories of me and my son, and now our grandkids doing that. And he's just practicing left-handed. I like that. Good job there. Okay, Alan Shepard. He was up there at Memphis, Tennessee last weekend. He came home. And where did the first place he fished when he came home? Lake Seminole, and you can see what he got. But look at that. I was going to show you. Look at that setup for catfishing. Now, Alan, he's at the top of the echelon when it comes to catfishing now. He fishes with the big boys, but back in the day, he just had one rod and reel. His daddy would be, I hear Dad now. Son, what are you doing all them rod and reels on your boat? But anyway, you see what he caught. That's Lake Seminole catfish. Good job, Alan Shepard from Greensboro. Okay, this weekend now, tomorrow will be the weigh-in, Emerald Coast Redfish, and it's going to be at Cargray Park if you want to come. I'm going to try to make that weigh-in tomorrow and shoot some video. Weigh-in's at 3:15, right there at Cargray Park. If you want to be there and just watch them come in, to sign up for it, you have to fish their tournaments and all. But it's a great little group. If you didn't fish it this year, maybe you get hooked up with them next year. So good job there. Okay, let's go ahead and take our break, and we'll be right back. Okay, welcome back. We're going to try to get this set up. One of the viewers, Tim Perry, he was one of the most way back in the 70s. He's a guitarist there at Highland Park Baptist now, but he lives there in Southport and sent us video. He said 1.5 blocks off of Highway 77, there's some wild hogs. And I'm thinking, wait a minute. So I'm driving while I'm getting this message, and Gail is sort of trying to give me information. I said, no, you got that all wrong. It can't be. So anyway, he sent some pictures in and sent a video. So this is, when I looked at the video, I realized this wild hog. So we're going to try to get this set up for you, and let's see. All right, so this is, okay, here we go right here. Check this out. The dog's barking at him, and first he said, wait a minute. Now this is not far from the bridge in Southport. In his yard, a dog, wait a minute, you think that's not a wild hog. Those hogs, look at their back and all. Now, they're not scared of dogs. I guess they're looking for something to eat. I don't know where they came from. He don't know where they came from. The neighbors don't know where they came from. But look at him. He's over there. They're not scared. Now, these hogs are smart. They're smarter than we are because they don't even have to go to school. Look at them. They're just walking around. Now, can y'all believe that? He also, let me see, he also sent some more pictures of it, and I don't know what, this is 1.5 blocks off Highway 77. Let me show you a couple. Here's some pictures. He started feeding them. Look at them. I thought they were domesticated right there, but look at that. Look at the back of them and all. But they're not scared. So if y'all have seen these wild hogs, they're going to eat up a yard now. So anyway, Tim Perry, thank you for sending that. And I don't really know. That's just sort of puzzling to me. I just don't know. I don't know where they came from. I know there's some wild hogs over there toward the old steam plant area, and I guess it might have come up out of that place. So anyway, I wanted to show that to you. Also got a couple of pictures I want to show you. I just want to go ahead and mention we mentioned this the other day. I met some friends of ours, or they're friends now, they're viewers, and they came down and we had a good visit up there. Chad Copeland and his wife Ashley, and they came and we had a great visit with them, and we were talking about all kind of things, and one of the things we talked about was they live up there in Bristol, not too far from the river and all, and so they ran the water and all. We're talking about snakes, and she said, yeah, I got bit by one time. I said, you got actually bit by a copperhead? And I said, tell me the story, because I love to hear these stories about outdoor adventures and outdoor activities, and she went through details. So I'm going to try to talk her into doing an on-air interview about getting bit by a copperhead, and she had to be, she was brought down to the hospital down here, and of course she's okay now, but she was pregnant at the time. So she was scared and all. But anyway, copperheads, I bring this up because they're really active this time of year. And I've seen them a lot. So anyway, I just want to show you a couple of pictures to make sure you recognize that. Yellow tail is a giveaway. That's sort of a bright yellow. Normally not quite that bright, but I want to show a couple of pictures of it, of what a copperhead looks like. And along with the eastern diamondback, and the moccasin, those three are the ones that really, and this is where in the leaves and all, they're really hard to see. So they're not, a copperhead is a dangerous snake, and she obviously she survived, and I was really, but we had a great time. I enjoyed meeting them and talking to them. They're good friends of ours now. We just made an immediate bond. So Chad and Ashley, thank y'all for watching Panhandle Outdoors. Now, speaking of viewers and all, Robbie Freed sent me this video, or sent me some pictures actually, and this is, people starting to flounder this time of year, getting out at night in the bay, and Robbie sent this picture from North Bay, and this is interesting because there's some, these are some barges out there, and he said, he said they're like two barges anchored in a series with only one light. They're 100 yards long, and the barge is due north of Kensaw Park, so right out from Lynn Haven, not too far. But anyway, you can, they're only one light on them. If you're going fast on the bay at night, because they're not normally there, if you're going fast, you can really run into something like this. So be careful, and thank you, Robbie, for letting us know that. Okay. Now, the other thing I also want to talk about, and we're getting ready to do our fishing report and do our drawing, is a pompano run. I've got a lot of, every year people ask me about different things about the pompano, and I feel that's one of my favorite fish is the pompano. I feel like I'm an expert on it, I really am, because I fished for them for so long. And so I like to share my knowledge, and we're getting ready for the fall run. The fall run has actually started. I like to go over it each year. I know some of y'all know a lot about it too, but what happens, October now, and the water temperature starts dropping, which was last week, and I wonder why I get so excited about the water temperature dropped, because things start happening. So these pompano all along the northern part of the Gulf of Mexico, here all the way over to Louisiana, and they've been up here in this warm water feeding and everything, and the water temperature starts dropping, and they're like us, they don't like cold. So they're going to start migrating down the peninsula, and it's a slow migration, and they'll slip in a couple of days here and a couple of days there and just work their way down. Well, I always look, and social media has been like a bonus, because all these things I've known and sort of suspected and felt like through my experience, now I'm getting evidence also if I was doing like a field trial, because they're going to start catching them on the west end, over there at Grayton Beach, over there, when they start catching them at Grayton Beach, they're going to start catching them on the west end of the beach, I've seen some pictures, and they're working their way down, and now they're out in here, and they're going to start catching them at Cape San Blas and St. George Island, and some, one of the best pompano fishermen, probably the best one I've ever talked to, he followed them on the Atlantic coast, and I did an interview with him at a Florida Sportsman show, and he did it commercially. He actually caught so many, he had a commercial license, he could sell them, and he would follow them down from Jacksonville all the way down to West Palm Beach. He would just follow the schools down there. He knew, and so if you really would want to really catch some, you could follow them starting way over there in Destin and just follow them all along, because they're going to move the way down. So when the fall run starts, and I got a text from one of my viewers wanting to know a little bit more details about it. So it has started. The fall run has started, and there's going to be a lot of pompano caught this year. I feel like they didn't get hit hard, in the springtime. A lot of people didn't get to fish for them. So, and of course, there's some resident pompano too. But anyway, I just wanted to make sure you understand what's going on with the fall run. They've started catching some. I've seen pictures of them last week, and you're going to see the next couple of weeks, you're going to see some good pictures of them and good messes of pompano. So, and Coach, what do you use? Well, you've seen the videos and pictures over and over again. I've gone now to just strictly fish bites and different color fish bites on bottom rigs. And I've used sand fleas and all that back in the day. And I'm not saying I wouldn't use sand fleas again, but I've had such good luck with fish bites, and I've used dead shrimp and all. So, and also cutting a little strip bait. So anyway, just wanted to touch base with you on that. Make sure you understand what's going on. All right, now let's go and do our drawing. Okay, let's go and do our drawing now. I'm getting some good compliments from Los Angeles. Folks, if you hadn't eaten there, run there and eat. It's just some good food, and they're doing real well. So let's do the $25 gift certificate, and don't forget, go ahead and email me your address, and I'll mail it to you. Okay, and the winner is from Ball Point, Laurie McCarter from Ball Point. Okay, and the $20 gift certificate to Tarpon Rock Seafood. And the winner there is going to be from Inlet Beach, Dion Khalil, the Khalil family, Tanis and his group. And then the winner of the Big Red Snapper, which you don't buy one, you can catch one the last 3 weekends of October, and that winner is going to be from Lynn Haven, Chris Miller. So we got 3, Ball Point, Inlet Beach, and Lynn Haven are the 3 winners. So we're going to get ready for a big fishing forecast for the weekend. Got some good stuff coming up, so let's take a break, and we'll be right back. Okay, welcome back to our famous Friday fishing forecast, and we got a lot of stuff to talk about. Let me mention first, you see the featured fish for today of the red snapper. We changed it out because this October we're going to have some red snapper fishing, so I'm going to put it up here for a week or two, and then we're going to put the pompano up here. But anyway, we always like to do our featured fish and keep things going up to date. And I just zoomed in on this picture right here. People ask what our viewing area is. Right here, just about roughly is our viewing area of Panhandle Outdoors. You can see this is, from the west end over there, Walton County, all the way over here to the right to Franklin County, then up north to the Alabama state line. So that's the Panhandle Outdoors, the heart and soul of it. I did want to mention now, I thought Greg and Bill did a great job yesterday's show about covering the fishing in this kind of water condition, and I get a kick out of Greg. He is a busy man. I talked to him one day last week. That day he had 7 meetings or 7 places he had to be that day. He made all 7 of them. So, and then some days he can squeeze in a fishing trip. So I get a kick out of him. He's hustling, but you understand what he talked about red fishing. So we're not going to talk a lot today about red fishing and trout because I thought he did a little mini clinic on it yesterday and covered it so well. So if you didn't get to see yesterday's show, go to YouTube and look it up. But let's move on. And he did mention about the water. I did want to mention the water. Don't get confused with the tannic, the tea-colored water. That's not the sewage spill. When we have these sewage spills, that water is still clear. It's a bacteria in that water. It's a bacteria in the water that gives it the health advisory. We have health advisories all over. All the Department of Health, all of their stations they're checking now, they have health advisories on it. So the tannic colored water, that's actually coming in from the leaves and the limbs and all coming in from the creeks and rivers going into the bay system, or even along the bay system, we're having it too. So anyway, I'm having some technical difficulties, but we're going to move on. But anyway, the health I wrote this down. The health advisories, we definitely all the check stations all along are showing bacteria in the water. I hate that, but we had almost 2 million gallons of raw sewage actually dumped into our bay system here in the San Andrew Bay system. So anyway, moving on with the fishing forecast. The pier, I wrote down the pier. The Spanish, they're catching Spanish mackerel at the pier. They caught some king off the pier this week. That's a good sign. That means the migration I was talking about, the same thing that's happening on the migration there. So I got Spanish and king. Also, we had a full moon Wednesday night. So as we're going into the weekend, it's really going to be a good weekend to go because of the lunar phase that we're in. 3 days after the full moon is always a good time, freshwater and saltwater. Okay, also the dolphins. I've got a lot of reports this week about the dolphins stealing people's fish. They're people out in the boats and all. They're catching some good fish. They're catching some mahi and everything else. But the dolphins have been really bad this week. I know what happened. We had that storm, got them stirred up. They sort of had to sit on the bottom during the storm. That rough, even though the storm was away, that water was rough like that. Those dolphins sort of sit. And so when the storm is over, they really start going out looking for food. And then this past week, after the storm, they were really hungry. So I got a lot of reports about the dolphins getting their fish and all from the boats. And that was all over the place. And also I wrote down, let's go to freshwater. Lake Seminole, you saw Alan Shepard's really big catch of the catfish. Catfishing is going to be really good this weekend. All the feeder creeks and feeding in there, the Choctawhatchee River, that's going to be good catfishing. Mullet fishing is going to be good off the Choctawhatchee River. We talked about it before. That's something I've never done much of, but folks do it with a cane pole and catch a lot of mullet. And they don't want to talk about it and show their places, but you can sort of ride along the river and you see a group of boats and all. They're mullet fishing. So mullet fishing is a lot of fun. The Pompano Run has started. Okay, let's go back to what Greg was saying yesterday. And what I liked about what he said, the flexibility of what he did, he was able to just keep working. Tried this and tried that, but just settle in between the grass with a Paul Brown semi-suspended bait, and that's where he found the fish. And he just stuck with what was working. So what a great game plan right there. You keep moving around, and if something's working, stick with it. So anyway, enjoy that. So we're going to have to start wrapping things up. I apologize for the technical difficulties. That's what happens when you add a couple of days. Things just fall apart. But we got it together. So anyway, thank you all for watching. Have a great weekend. We got don't forget the Redfish Tournament weigh-in tomorrow. I'm going to try to be there. So at Cargray Park. Have a great weekend. Do something good today for your fellow man. Enjoy the outdoors, and God bless.
Thanks for watching America's only daily outdoor TV show, Panhandle Outdoors with Winston Chester, featuring hunting, fishing, and other activities and information to help you enjoy the great outdoors. Join us next time for Panhandle Outdoors.